Hello, and thank you for coming to the Foundation of the World Church. I just want to send you this video real quick just to give you a little information about this church. You may have came in for the first time and said, what kind of church is this? Maybe you visit online where somebody invited you. Whatever the case is, you came and you saw, and I just want to send you this video just to say thank you, number one, for taking the time to come to our church, and number two, just to give you just a little bit of information about who we are. Number one, our church is not set up like a traditional church. You may have picked that up already by coming in. We don't have the typical pulpits or baptism pools, and there's nothing against that. It's just our church operates a little bit differently than the regular churches that you may see or that you are used to. I would say that our church, instead of being more of a traditional church where you will see, deacon boards and mother boards or just different auxiliaries, we actually operate more as an equipping type of church. Now, what does that mean, an equipping type of church? The facility that we're in right now, it doesn't have like children's ministries or other auxiliaries. It's actually set up, as you can see, more like a television studio rather than a church. And there's some truth to that because we are a ministry that broadcasts across the world and different places, and so we have a large internet audience as well as just trying to just do our church. Now, the church is just the people who gather together, but I don't want you to be disappointed because you don't see some of the things that you're used to. Again, going back to the equipping, this church is more of a equipping center church. In other words, people who come through here, they may recognize that we don't have a lot of the things that they're used to, but we do have things that train people to be more activated into the areas of ministry or service that they would like to do. For example, somebody may come in and they have a prophetic gift, but at another church, it's kind of frowned upon because they don't know you, or they don't, they're not open to the prophetic. I'm just giving you an example. But our church is, if you come in with all of these different spiritual gifts according to the Bible, we will actually just send you through a training course so that we can kind of, send you through the things so we can see how faithful you are, and so that we can work with you. We don't throw people away, so to speak, just because we're not familiar with their gift. So we may not have other auxiliaries, but we are a church where you can become activated real fast. So you don't have to sit down in the congregation for like 2 or 3 years in order to have a position. All you do is take a few faithfulness classes, a few classes that's according to, I'm going to use prophecy for an example. We have a prophetic class that you just go through, take the courses and take the tests. Or if it's serving, you just want to just serve and help and whatever you want to do, you just take a brief class of that. Ministerial things, or if it's certain things that we don't even have yet, we welcome the opportunity for people to just come in and actually develop a certain thing. For an example, you may have a strong outreach type of thing where you want to do more things for the community. You don't necessarily want to just come in and just sit down and just listen to the preacher and that's it. All of that is great, but you have more involved. Well, what we would ask is just, if you come through here and you have a certain commitment to help this ministry or what we're doing, then take a few of our classes and then pass the test. It's not hard. It's just we want to see if you got the information, and then just immediately start operating in your ministry. Our church is more to the point where we're trying to get people who are not satisfied with just coming to church. We really want to get people who want to be activated in things and use their gifts. But that means that you have to come with your own type of initiative. If you're waiting on somebody to point you out and tell you to do a certain thing, you may struggle at this church. But if you are somebody who already knows what you want to do, and you just need maybe a little help, a little guidance on certain things to make sure it's right, then I think we could be a pretty good fit for you. But I'm only saying it just in case you are wondering if you want to come back. This may not be the church for you, sadly, because you're not used to the kind of structure the way we have things. You may come in here and you see only a few people, and it's like you used to having a crowd. Well, that's because the type of church we are, the type of messages we produce, is more geared to mature the body of Christ, is more geared to grow them up, and so that you don't just have to come to a church and then clock in your time. We really want to get people to develop. That's why we have training things that will take you from the beginning stages all the way into the fivefold ministry if you're trying to go there. We have an online school that's already available to anybody. It's free to our members. We also have an online school that we're working on at the time of this video. We're working on for the online audience. But I just want you to keep in mind the type of church this is, whether you decide to come back, whether you decide to kind of visit some other time. But I just want to make sure your expectations are in the right place, because we're glad that you came. We're glad that you took the time to come and just be a part of our service. And we would like for you to fill out the survey on our website. We have something on our contact page. If you go to the very last page or the contact page, it will say first time visitor survey or guest survey, something like that. If you can take the time to just fill out that survey, it only takes about maybe 30 seconds of your life, and just submit it to us, just so we can see how we can work on our church and see how it can be better for people like you. Now, again, we're just trying to develop this church. We have a vision, we have a purpose, we have a goal, but the way this church is designed is every single person who has a ministerial gift, they plug in their gift into this church, and it makes the church look a certain way. So that's why I tell you that we're not intimidated by anybody's gifts. We want to make sure everybody goes through the same process through our classes. And if you can complete those classes, which is not a lot, depends on what kind of service you're trying to do. Obviously, if you're trying to go into the fivefold ministry, it may take longer classes. But if you're just trying to serve, or you want to be on a prophetic team, or you want to be on some kind of other team that we're putting together, an outreach team, or a sound team, or different things like that, then maybe the classes are not as intense. But I do want you to know that basically this is a training, equipping church. It takes on more of an environment like a television studio. That's why you probably won't see a lot of people on the stage, praise teams and everything. I love praise teams. It just, you may see one person singing, or you may see one person leading this, or one person doing that, and because it's more to the point where it's developed like it's like a studio, and that's just the way God made our church. If we move into another location and the atmosphere is different, then we'll adjust accordingly. But right now, the reason why it looks a certain way is because this is how we are operating in the calling that God has given us. So I would encourage you to look through the website to kind of get an idea. Look at some of the classes. You can also text me and call me if you like. And we just wanted to just say thank you for coming, basically. And if this is a church for you, great. We would love to work with you. If it's not the church for you, that's still great. We're glad that you came and took the time to just visit with us. And we just wanted to just, get your feedback, and we just want to just love on you. And I hope whatever you've learned today, you'll be able to apply it. That's another thing. The teaching that you heard today will be, we will send you that video through, if you provided your information, we will send you that video, and we will continue to send you videos if you like, unless you just say, no, I'm not interested, I don't want the videos. But usually the video that you saw today, we will be able to give that to you, and we can continue to give that to you. You can log on to Facebook, like our page, you can get all the updated videos, or you subscribe to YouTube page and you can get all of them. That way, there's several different ways for us to get the word to you. We just want to do our part by just giving you everything that we can give you, so that we can hear the same well done when we get to heaven. Okay, so thank you again for watching this video. We hope to see you soon, and share our information with other people who you think may benefit from this ministry. And we love you. God bless you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.